probably one of the biggest news stories in the world today was the release of Julian Assange. Of course, he was in, was it the Chilean diplomatic building, whatever that's called, embassy, for several years, and then he was in prison for about the past 3 or 4 years. He's kind of been given a pardon, so to speak. It sounds like that they've done a deal with the American government, so he leave and not quite go back home. That's why I put free-ish in the thing. Ecuadorian, thank you very much. He's free-ish, but he's out of jail, which I guess is the main thing he wanted.
It was an extraordinary breakthrough and one Julian Assange feared may never happen. Released from jail and boarding a flight to his freedom.
Good morning. Straight to breaking news.
The U.S. government has entered into a plea deal.
A development Assange's family had been prepared for days ago.
If you're seeing this, it means he is out.
Things are moving very quickly. If everything goes well, Julian will be on a plane on the way to freedom.
Freedom to be signed off by a judge on the US island of Saipan, north of Guam. There, his long-running legal saga will finally end with a plea deal made by Biden's administration.
I do think it's the right call, and don't get me wrong. I think Julian Assange did the wrong thing. Julian Assange hurt the United States government.
For years, America has been...
Did he do the wrong thing by exposing stuff? He did the wrong thing? Maybe the Americans shouldn't have done the wrong thing and he wouldn't have exposed. You know, that's an interesting perspective, that because Julian Assange told the world through Wikipedia some of the horrific things that the American military had done and was doing, he did the wrong thing. I mean, I think the story talks a bit about what actually he released at the start. We'll have a look.
Trying to extradite Assange, accusing him of espionage for his role in publishing secret war logs and details of civilian killings in Afghanistan. He spent 7 years in political asylum living inside London's Ecuador embassy, dragged kicking and screaming when he was evicted in 2019, fighting his extradition in a UK prison ever since. His last bid for freedom came when Australian politicians recently travelled to Washington, asking America to call off its pursuit of Assange.
So we just got to be still cautious on how this proceeds, because the end has not arrived.
It's Barnaby Joyce. G'day, Barnaby. Hi, mate. Fair crack of the whip, Nige.
Arrived. We're in the process.
Now 52, his freedom is closer than ever.
The person you should give a big hug to is his brother, Gabriel, and then to his dad. I just always used to feel for them, because these people were relentless in their prosecution of this issue.
One that could soon be over in a matter of hours.
There you go. There's the main story anyway. So it's a massive story, actually. And like, it's really interesting to see that he's still on somewhat the crim, the offender. You know, Julian Assange did the wrong thing when he was just a whistleblower exposing, let's say, war crimes committed by America. Chewy.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. What he did with WikiLeaks, just, you know, that was America's dirty laundry. They don't want that out there. And yeah, sure, you could say it's espionage. But really, you know, you did damage to the US? No, dude, that was your own guys going off the chain. If the information exists, then yeah. I think they have to look at this from a point of view that he has served his time. This has been going on since Gulf War II. That's, you know, in Afghanistan. It's decades that this man has essentially been in a lockdown and in prison, as mentioned in that story. Just put it to bed. Just let it go.
And what's really the difference between what he did and what a journalist would do? You know, did he? I mean, when I'm saying did he, because I can't really remember all the details, did he actively break in and get these things? That would be espionage. If he was funneled these things by an insider, how's that any different from a journalist?
Which he was.
Yeah. So how's that any different from a journalist?
It was basically a journalism thing, but because he wasn't, you know, set up his own website and stuff like that. Yeah, it's strange. He didn't have the protection of being part of the press.